Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for December 28th, 2015. We're going to start off actually backtracking to overnight last night because I did want to show you this image here of the cold front coming through because this is a very important player in our weather. This actually came through overnight. So this is looking at about midnight last night, and this shows the cold front sitting right about here. You can see that clearly, and those showers were taking place last evening ahead of that cold front. Are now pushed through. So this is what the cold front is, and it's now moving through the area because the very next frame you really can't see it. For me to explain that would have been a little bit goofy. Seeing is believing, as I like to say. But this cold front will now be situated off to the south here like this, and high pressure is going to be setting up right over southeastern Canada, and then it's going to slowly drift over in this direction like this. So we're going to have colder temperatures with a north wind around high pressure. High pressure is going to bring in winds to the north here, just the position that it's in. Eventually it'll be turning to the northeast, but this area low pressure that's sitting out here in the southern plains is going to make its way up through the Great Lakes to our west. So this is going to be put us on the warm side of the system, but because of this high pressure and being so close in proximity, when this moves up to the north here and brings its associated warm front through the area, it's going to take its time doing so, and that cold air is going to funnel down here. And I got too many arrows on here, so I'm going to move ahead of the next frame here just to show you what this is doing. See the area of low pressure that's going to be cutting up through the Great Lakes here at this point, and we're going to have high pressure. Then at this point we move this into the overnight hours, and we get into the evening. High pressure is going to be sitting over here, right over top of Maine, basically. And this area low pressure is moving pretty close to Chicago, the Chicago area here. This is all ahead of a warm front here that's going to bring all this precipitation into our area. But because this high is here, you can see which way the isobars are pointed here. Kind of like this little U or V shape here. They're all pointed this direction. This is where cold air is advecting into our coverage area here. So that means at the surface, temperatures in these areas right here above this line are going to be above below 32. So when this precipitation works in, we're going to have a mixture of snow, sleet, some freezing rain. It's going to eventually go over to rain as this warm air continues to advect from southwest to northeast. But we will have some icing in the meantime beforehand. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I just wanted to use this to show you the temperature we're dealing with. This is at 11 p.m. and I'm going to draw this line here for you. This line, because it's very difficult to see, this line here is, I was going to go all the way down here into West Virginia and Maryland, but this is the 32 degree line here. It's where everything north of this line here at 11 p.m. on Monday evening, everything up north of here is below 32. So this is less than 32 degrees up in these areas, all up in here. Anything south of there is above 32, so that we're expecting rain down here, but areas up here will have that mixed precipitation. Again, it's going to come in mostly a mixture of rain, sleet, maybe some snow mixed in, and it might even be graupel, which is like kind of halfway between snow and sleet here. What I like to call fuzzy sleet because it's just real little snow pellets basically. And then you might experience that up here in the northern Poconos as well to get you all that accumulation. We're expecting up to an inch of snow and ice, snow and sleet mixture up here in the far northern areas of northeastern PA. And it can get up here to parts of Susquehanna, Wayne, and Pike counties. Might even get in the 1 to 2 inch range of snow and sleet. With ice accrual of 1 to 2/10 of an inch. But everywhere else we're up in northeastern PA, we're generally about a 1/10 of an inch of ice. Further down the south, like the Lehigh Valley back to the lower Susquehanna Valley, we could be just dealing with trace amounts of ice. We think nothing that's going to be a big deal because this is going to change over to rain here. So we go to 4 o'clock in the morning here, we can see temperatures still below freezing. Anything north of this line here, so this is all minus 32 up here in this area at this point. So anything that's falling whether it's falling in the form of rain or ice, it's still frozen at this point with temperatures below freezing. So just be careful if you're going to be traveling on Monday night. I think Tuesday morning everybody's over to rain except far northeastern portions of Pennsylvania. For far northern sections here might hold off to about 8-9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. It might be a slippery go at it before it does. But this precipitation moves through and then clears out of here. Might have some partial clearing here later in the day Tuesday, at least to mostly cloudy skies, where the precipitation will be ending right around noon or maybe early afternoon for most areas here on Tuesday. And then Wednesday we start off partly cloudy, then we have an increase in clouds, another area of precipitation from the south moving in. This is going to be a warm system, so we're not expecting anything frozen from this one. So there's just some shower activity moving in late Wednesday into the overnight hours on Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning this should start be just called clouds giving way to sunshine here on Thursday. And then we have a couple partly cloudy days Friday and Saturday to round out the period, but we're going to get much, much colder. We've talked about a pattern change for a while now, and that pattern change is finally going to show itself here. New Year's Eve, the night of New Year's Eve, should be a nice clear night for you to, but it will also be to enjoy any activities outdoors or going to friends' houses or things like that. It should be dry that night on New Year's Eve, and then when we get on New Year's Day, with this, when the pattern change officially occurs, and we get these colder temperatures settling in for a sustained period of time. Now, this is not going to be abnormally cold, like well below normal or anything. We're talking about temperatures going to be hanging right around what is considered to be normal for this time of year, and in January, that's definitely we're talking about 30s at that point. Except we're going to get down here by Philadelphia to roll. It's close to the 40-degree mark, but the general idea here is we're going to get back to normal here for a sustained period of time. None of these 50s and 60s anymore. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for December 28th, 2015. Have a great Monday.